Under the new constitution, Treasury is to table estimates to Parliament at least 2 months before the end of the financial year, that is June the 30th, to allow for public participation in the budget-making process. Both the Constitution Implementation Committee and Parliament have said that Uhuru has broken the law. But in his defense, Finance Minister Uhuru Kenyatta says he could not read this year's budget in line with the new constitution because the majority of the structures are still not in place. And these structures include the formation of county governments, which are key to the determination of revenue sharing, and the appointment of a cabinet secretary responsible for finance, who can only be in office after the 2012 election. There is no equalization fund, which was to be created to help boost the marginal counties in order to lift the standards of living in such areas to levels at par with the rest of the country. Treasury further defends itself by saying that it is not technically viable to firmly establish the national revenue to share horizontally among the Executive, the Judicial Service Commission and the Parliamentary Service Commission.
On a lighter note, by presenting these estimates in accordance with Article 221 to Parliament at a time when we are implementing the new Constitution, I would indeed say I'm proud to say I'm the first and only Cabinet Secretary under the new dispensation.
The 1.155 trillion shilling spending plan for the next 12 months includes a recurrent vote of 544.9 billion shillings, which is the money the government intends to channel into ordinary expenses, such as paying salaries for its workers and fueling vehicles, while 398.6 billion shillings is set aside for development. This covers new projects under the government's long-term growth agenda. Some outstanding features include 4.17 billion shillings for final IDP resettlement, 5.5 billion shillings for the preparation of next year's general election, 1.15 billion shillings for police recruitment, 845 million shillings for the purchase of gunny bags, better known as gunias, which will be given to households for farming in slum areas, as well as 300 million shillings to purchase sanitary pads for girls in primary schools across the country. The remaining 209.5 billion shillings goes into consolidated fund services, which includes money required to retire public debt during the year, payment of pensions and gratuities, and salaries and allowances for constitutional officers.
Cushioning the most vulnerable sections of our society and dealing with issues of regional equality and development, just like in previous years, have been given special consideration.
All this will be clear next week when the budget is read after the Cabinet today approved the reading of the budget, meaning it could be business as usual on budget day. This, however, depends on next Monday's High Court ruling on the case where human rights activist Ndongo Wainaina is seeking to halt the budget reading, saying Uhuru is in breach of the new constitution. Reporting for Citizen Live at 9, I am Terryanne Chebet.